Magister caravan. I remember one just like this picking me up. We the ship was brought joy. But what happened here?
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet she holds...
Back! Get back! I'll kill you, just like the rest of them!
Shh, lass. I know you're all afraid. In times like these, I don't blame you. But I ain't out to hurt you. Now...
She slumps, all bravado draining from her.
No. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Are they gone?
Voidwalking, you mean? Poor thing. No wonder you were scared. I'd be scared too.
Those... yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the Magisters. The dwarves. Dead.
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as...
I don't know. Oh, Duna's beard. Lohar.
Lohar, eh? Where will I...
Oh, well, you'll find him in Effie's Emporium, neath the Black Bull. He's a
She looks up at Beast through tear-stained eyes, but you can see her resolve hardening as she remembers who...
Oh, Seven sympathy. I saw those things.
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through... You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan. He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest in return, before shoving the chain. After all, don't they know they're going to be...
Just when I think this land holds no more still, a At least this is an interesting variation. How many times must I... Ignorant! Oh, I may be missing some social mores, or your history, certainly. Where will your kingdoms be in? They will all be done. Your people, but even when I have yet... No, that is knowledge worth The Mask of the Shapeshifter? I crafted one for my child once. She spent the day. Of course, now that... With that mask, it certainly makes traveling through towns easier. Trust you, people like... I'm using the mask to keep myself safe from the violence of this world. Oh, it's quite simple. Combining several of these single-face masks. Frankly, I'm amazed everyone isn't doing it.
Not much of a landlub. Malady said...
Beast paused.
I'd also appreciate it if we dealt with this Lohar fella.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken? Let's track down my old pack. Can't hurt to know who wants us dead.
Ifan smirked.
I'll spare you the tall tales when a new cub joins up with... I don't remember all the questions, but I remember enough to give you a lone wolf name if you want one. So tell me this. Which of these scenes attracts you the most?
Ifan nods and raises his eyebrows.
And then, target in sight? What's your preferred execution method? Right.
Ifan scrawls something on the page in thick black letters.
Not as pant-wettingly fearsome as Silverclaw, but not bad.
Ifan smiles and...
What? Didn't you hear, Melody? And, as such, my first priority remains... A tale of cloaks and daggers and wonderful.
She bows with...
Imagine a black room. It's been your room for years. You know it by touch more than sight, for it's always dark. And when I say always dark, I mean always dark. You're either in the room or in the box, for it's in the box that you travel. You're only let out at night, because you only hunt in the night, with the Master's voice in your ears urging you on. And after it's done, you lie down in the box once more, with wet hands and mad red thoughts. Sometimes it's best to let sleeping questions lie. The thing is, the box didn't break me, though I confess it taught me to hate. One night, I killed a scholar. With my needle through his fragile old skull, he fell headfirst upon his writing desk, blood mingling with spilt ink. It's when I saw the ink that timid thoughts of rebellion first bloomed. Back in my dark room, I dipped my needle. I'd remember him. I'd honor him with vengeance. His name was the first, of course.
She bares her left arm and shows you the name. You softly run your finger across...
Mindarin. He was Turashar, a keeper of stories. I'm sure he was loved by many. People like him, the beloved dead, they kept me going. Then, one day, it happened. A gush of wind, a sliver of light. Light! I hardly knew it for what it was. A simple oversight that comes with habit. A door, left slightly ajar. That was all I needed to feel a rush of blood, a thirst for liberation like never before. I tore at the shackles that kept me chained to the floor, iron thick as a smith's wrists. Of course they wouldn't budge, they never did before. But now that I saw the light, something welled up inside me, a raw and undeniable burst of power. The shackles broke, and next thing I knew, I was free. I stood alone outside the ruins of a fortress, snow-capped peaks all around me. But the sun, oh, the sun. I had risen as if from the grave, and she kissed me back to life. Ain't over yet, honey. I was given my needle by the master. Guess I'm just sentimental like that. Fine, if it means that much to—
She draws her needle and holds...
Go on. Ever so gently touch the tip.
Barely have you touched the needle's pinpoint surface when a thick droplet of blood wells up from your fingertip.
Sharp little minx, isn't she? Sabine, this needle was forged in an altogether different world. It wasn't wrought upon a crude anvil hammered into shape with rough blows. No, it was cast with demon precision. It is absolutely priceless, and it's yours. The master's own words. And he was right. As an instrument of assassination, it's absolutely priceless. But one day soon, he'll find out just how much he overspent on his gifts for little old me. Just why this needle is a girl's best friend. One might say I'm a bit of a sucker for poetic justice.
Yes. We should seek the Meister. Anyone with such... In the meantime, though, let us get...
He sighs, rather...
Oh, perhaps that's because I don't quite enjoy... If I must. The long and short of it is that I was banished because I was found in bed with a demon. How gratifying to know I amuse you. You clearly have a hard time understanding all this, so let me paint you a picture. I am a prince of the House of War. There are others with that title, but none of them are the Red Prince, the jewel in the crown of the Empire. I lived in the Forbidden City, a vast complex of palaces that houses the royal family and its servants. No others are allowed to enter it. As for myself, I was never allowed out. That is the price I paid for my genius. I was too valuable to be exposed to the dangers of the outside world. All the wars I won, and I won them all, of course, I won from the comfort of sofas. Bring me information, and I will deduct, then instruct. From amid the ultimate opulence of my quarters, I expanded and very much ruled the Empire. I had it all, and frankly, I got bored. Exactly. I did not suffer the boredom of some spoiled brat. Mine was the absolute absence of challenge. The longing not simply to watch the horizon, but to journey towards it. If I could not experience the joys of the world beyond, I had to bring the world to me. Miraculous what a sorcerer can do with a little arcane lore. I summoned demons, the most dangerous game in the world. But they knew they met their match in me, and so we conversed. We drank wine, we played chess. Converse with demons and you learn of the shadows behind creation. Drink wine with them and you have visions of worlds beyond worlds. Play chess and you know that one wrong move is certain death. My mind rejoiced. Now for the body, I reasoned, so with a certain succubus I spent nights that would surpass your understanding. So you do comprehend. I spent a whole year in the company of demons, every night atop the white library tower of my palace. It was my great study of existence. It was my supreme joy, even if...
He gives you a long, respectful look.
How unexpectedly shrewd you are. What happened next was simply unforeseen. One moonless night, the succubus that was my lover turned to me, fangs exposed. But I could tell from the glint in her eyes she wasn't bent on our usual fang play. There was no light in that glint. It was the darkness of the void, the wet darkness of spilt blood. And in short, I was afraid. I tried to move away, but it was too late. She was upon me. She had done it. She had outmaneuvered the Red Prince. Finally, I was vanquished. How witty. Perhaps if I had a moustache to twirl, but... No, you can rest assured I'm quite unique. Of course, there's... No. But never mind that now. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The succubus. She went for my neck, quick as a charging cobra, but then suddenly it's as if time ground to a halt. Something deep inside me welled up, a power I never knew I had. She simply froze under my stare. Then she screamed. A scream so abhorrent its ripples caused birds to fall dead from the sky. People covered their ears in vain as they went insane. The Imperial Guard forced itself into my chambers and found me with the succubus still on top of me. I believe the phrase is caught red-handed. At first, I admit it was all rather tiring. I was, after all, marched out of my own empire, and I've been hounded by the odd assassin ever since. After that came the indignity of the collar and incarceration. But ever since we decided to be so bold as to bid our farewell to Fort Joy by any means, oh, I could complain about the food and the lodgings and the sheer barbarity of the common folk. But in truth, all of that fits within the larger frame. Adventure is precisely what my life was missing. Yes, as long as that road eventually leads.
Oh, well, I think and if we pick up a few new swords... Come on, let's keep moving.
What, this old gaggle of weirdos?
Oh, she's all right. A lot of bark. I don't know about home. When you have people like that around you, you know,
A scruffy kid bounds up and stands before you, hands on hips. He stares at your face, doubt screwing up his features.
You Ben Mez? Yep, that's just what he said you'd say, Ifan. Righto, got a chap called Baron Levin.
The kid shoves his hands in his pocket.
Well now, how's...
Ifan smiles and salutes it.
Hell no. Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet, piece by piece.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his...
Halt! What word do you bring?
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide. The Magister that greeted you remains stiff.
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say, be quick, mind.
He nods his head in the direction of the...
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Are you sure? Them sorcerers from the caravan?
There's one unaffected egg behind them. Perhaps there's still a chance. Oh.
Worms take you.
There you are, little egg.
Please, why would I kill Lucian's second most charming son?
A Magister guard approaches. Behind her, on the gallows, two little...
Step away from the prisoner, reptile! That's internal order business. You'd do well to leave it alone. Let's just say Zeus and there was of help to sorcerers, and leave it at that. She's hanging by her hands because the boss don't want her dead just yet. She's a tough one, Meister Seaver. She's a seeker, and she's a bloody traitor. What have you heard? Have you heard that they killed our beloved Alexander? She was part of the Order. Knew Alexander personally. Alexander trusted her, at least as far as you can trust her, you know, one of you. Anyway, to repay that trust, the Meister gave Alexander up to his enemies. She wasn't there when Alexander fell, but White Magister Raymond uncovered the truth. She's as guilty as any of them, and I reckon she got off lightly. I'd have had her flayed alive with a salted bullwhip.
The lizard hangs from the gibbet, her face blooded and her scales discoloured. Her eyes are closed, but her tongue flickers as you approach.
Welcome to Driftwood, Godwoken.
One bloody eye cracks open, glittering gold appearing from beneath the swollen lid.
Chased you all the way here from Fort Joy, did they? Very well then, cut me down. There is work to be done. Or indeed you could stand there gawping as if you were a cow ordered to dance a reel. It is a masterful performance. I would applaud it, but well. By the seven, where are you going? You poor dwarf. Do you even know what they've done to you?
There's one unaffected egg behind them. Perhaps there's still a chance.
Who's attacking? Evasive maneuvers, Cracker!
There you are, little egg.
You poor dwarf. Do you even know what they've done to you?
A Magister guard approaches.
Step away from the prisoner, reptile! That's internal order business. You do what... She's hanging by her hands, because what have you heard? She was part... She wasn't there when Alexander fell. But what? You're going to...
Come now.
What, now? She betrayed Alexander. I'd sooner die than free her. You insult me. Why, I wouldn't do it for an entire bag of gold coins. All right then, done. But be quick about it.
The lizard hangs from the gibbet. Her
Welcome to
one bloody...
chase. Or indeed you could stand there gawping as if you were a cow ordered to die. Be quick about it. Who knows when that magistrate might return? God's teeth, it feels good to move again. Now, best scurry off before that magistrate wanders back. Meet me at...
Are you sure?
I saw! They were stolen! The babies! The eggs! Something took them! Ah! Transform! Not a chicky baby and...
She leaps up and grabs the egg with her foot, kicking...
Shh! Little beaver baby, Mama's here, warm and here with you again.
She cocks a black...
Thank you. I have something for you. Something I buried. Unless some other scratching.
I've spotted something.
I was in state, but keep me safe.
Are you sure? Them sorcerers from the caravan?
They'd be daft to come back. And as long as there's no sorcerers, there's no void woken. You're fine as long as
Welcome
you
to
don't go
Drift.
wandering.
Last time I was here, I summoned my wolf right in the tavern. All hell broke loose. Good times. Good times.
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back. I won't always be sweeping, I'll be riding horseback. We dwarves had a kingdom, and a proud knight was I. I won't always be sweeping, for my kingdom I'll die.
My word, but you do have got yourself situated.
Keeping it together, Bree? Yes. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree? I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree? I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat.
Yep.
Don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree? I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients, and
Vapid fiction, along with a large helping of ham.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over.
my word, but you do look exhausted. Yep.
Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Back for a return visit? Have at it. Got yourself situated.
I can turn aside fire, cold easy. Avoid walking. God knows what'll stop those beasts. Coach the little.
Yep.
As the Magister's eyes alight upon you, they widen until they are practically bulging out of their sockets. One tremulous finger rises from voluminous robes and points right at you. From her...
If Anne Ben-Mez does our live and breathe. I don't know how you got free, but it'll be back to the joy with you.
One eye squints. The other bulges out even further, as if to compensate.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Oh, it's you, all right. It's definitely you.
You're safe among
Your little tricks won't work on me, Ben-Mez.
She considers your offer.
How much? So much? You have to be... Now, come on. Back into a cage where you belong. Your little tricks won't work on me. So little. You can sit and think about your stinginess at leisure. In a prison cell. Oh, that's it.
appearance and my career is at...
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe.
Maybe I'm glad I ain't pulling carts of stinking fish round no more. But how can a beast enjoy this when he's... I do hope I'm back.
I need those records, yeah.
Smells worse over here.
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. Anything more?
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
They don't come visit your tunnel. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
They don't come visit your tunnel. Who will?
Until later then.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Latest news! Many a latest, my friend. Figured you'd ask me about that. Ain't looking too good for you, lizards. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? Ain't none heaven save us. Stabbed in the back he was, kill 'em all, I say. Do 'em like Magister Raymond did, old ladies. I mean, they doomed us all. Johnny Justinia. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. You ask me, and I say she's...
War's a brewing, my friend. Special prices for you. Well, war is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by seekers. Culprits didn't laugh.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by seekers. Culprits didn't laugh.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Those mums smell nice. Look at you.
The little boy looks at you.
And got you a tail. Don't be rude, Ben. He's a lizard. It's not his fault he's ugly. We're waiting for our friend.
He went swimming all the way to
Fort Joy.
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back. That's right.
I think he's an idiot. And when he...
Never forget it.
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not look. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath.
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that decision. That decision is mine. A good day? Let's talk about a good day. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods? Ah, you've met with what's left of Siva, have you? I'm so very glad you're familiar with my work.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. Oh, no, that won't do at all. Innocence is a mask that doesn't fit you. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth. That is to say, sauce. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. The very definition of your order's existence. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods top, but they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. Of course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will...
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you. Dallas.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing? How very hard. One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men, and should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The time has come, my stitch-lit lovelies. We set sail.
These sacks weigh like lead. It's a disgrace.
Left behind like a dog. Blah! 7 curses upon that ship.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes.
You! The supposed source hunter! I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. A man of stature wouldn't be moored on a dock with no... But here I am, and here you are. So, now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? By the Bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened? Voidwoken. That means source was used. Which means some... Raymond, that old goat. Always suspecting there's more to the Driftwood dwarves than meets the... Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure. And hard workers, too. Half of them are their Queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. A tyrant and a master strategist to boot. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the west of Driftwood.
It's wild territory. Remote. Should you find any such place, and better yet in that case.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter. Malady said this Meister lady's the key.
Beast, pause.
I'd also appreciate it if we dealt with this Lohar fella.
You look down at the...
It's free to look their travels, friend.
Keep to yourself, Liz.
The Meister's back. The Meister's... She doesn't feel like playing.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. In your case, more than I suspect, man, God or even a reptile can provide. However, we must soldier on. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the magistrate will not... that painting from the wall. It really is quite simple. In the corner, there's a painting. The combination to the vault is 15R. I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Your talent for following... Push the button. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame are delicate. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination.
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand, God-woken.
Ancient runes.
Feel
weird
free to look about
contraptions.
while I catch my breath.
This place is an Arcanist's dream.
Come speak to me when you wish to proceed. And try not to break anything in the meantime.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken? And you, in your infinite wisdom, would know what is better? You would judge your enemies without prejudice and make decisions that could hurt your own for the greater good? No. Becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races. The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use his power for anything else. Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then inhale the smoke. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal. Although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce. Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even...
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by...
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
Once, although not by a Godwoken. My assistant...
She waves
a headstrong and thoughtless... From observing her, I gather that the ritual involves inhaling the smoke, and putting our faith in you is a risk river. If you need more detailed information about the ritual, see the tome on...
Opening the door, you see a select... After a quick rummage, you spot the blackroot nestled. You gather up the blackroot, obsidian lump... As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to swim and cloud. As the world fades away, you lose all...
This is the deepest recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
Bathed in the half-light of these starless barrens, you spot a figure you could only describe as a second self. It looks haggard and weak, its very voice but a feeble echo of your own.
My chosen, come. Come closer, so that you may see. Look me in the eyes.
The apparition clasps your face in its shaking hands. You suddenly feel your eyes tingle. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color, then fade back into their accustomed spectrum.
Blind eyes shine brightly. Speak the spell and see. Please.
Gone is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Zor.
You know me now, don't you? I saved you from drowning. I blessed you, made you powerful. And now I've come to seek some power in return. Your god-woken soul is my last refuge, my last bastion. May as well make the best of what you have to offer.
Solstice nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself.
Ah, yes. Just what I needed. I tell you, dying just doesn't become a god. The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are being drained. We're battling for our very survival. It's a battle we're losing. And should we truly lose, all will be cast into a... to save us both. As you must realize that our fates are now as one. Just as our souls are now as one. We are. Together we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the void, we stand no chance unless we become vastly more powerful than we are now. That means there is but one place we can go. The Well of Ascension. It most certainly will be. The Well of Ascension is a lake, a pool of pure source, in which the powers of the Seven lie united. We gave them up freely to create the first divine. Each of us donated half of that which makes us gods. To bathe in the lake is to become our chosen. That is where the road to divinity leads, and you must be the first to reach it at all costs. I know. Or did you think I chose you for those pretty eyes alone? One must never enter into any endeavor, though, without realizing the stakes. The void is stronger than ever. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the... Only he who claims everything will be everything. The void's doom, this world's liberator. I hope you understand them to their full extent.
The other gods must either bow to you, but of course that is what they are saying to their own god Woken as we speak. We both, only one can become a god strong enough to... So make no mistake, my champion. Chances are that... But don't let that dismay you. For these sins will be washed clean by the... They will be at your mercy. So fret not, but revel in the... Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require...
Laughter rolls.
You flatter me, my chosen. But if all I had to do was give, you would long since have... We are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach. So, return to Rivellon, and seek out... Once you have, you may return to me here. Something that'll make you understand. Source is. It is a constant, a subject of night. You have the vision of a god now. Speak the spell during your peregrinations, and you will... And so much more. Best of luck. Go now.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be some...
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
She sighs impatiently as you hack up...
You can't channel enough sauce? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps? I know exactly what must be done. You must find a master of... The purging which the Magisters included as part of their service was quite efficient. Not enough to silence me, but enough that I would not turn their insides to lime. Enough to sever my link to the font from which all source flows, and certainly enough that I cannot... So we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only source masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turned into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to. Just so, some of these are quite dark, twisted individuals. The kind of creatures that grew bored pulling their legs from spiders and so moved on to people. However, it is the path we walk. No matter...
The Meister doubles over in a...
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. And you do not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters, on finding the secrets to divinity. The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They would be an invaluable resource. But do be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time, and I promise you the gallows was the most comfortable. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just try to keep an ear to the ground.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember, do...
Quirkers! What are you... Gad, stop gawking at the shield. I read through some tomes I saw that cranky old lizard carry. Our gargant... No, of course it knows that all. No, I most certainly... I owe our shield my life. Now, if you're quite finished ogling...
The spirit of an elegant elf...
You can see me.
The spirit looks at you regretfully.
It is hard to hear of such power, and not covet it for yourself. I lie to myself and convince myself that I am
Just when I think this land... Still, at least this is an interesting... I fell victim to fear of the unknown. I was on the cusp of a glorious breakthrough, but my king...